comments periodically about the high skilled versus low skilled because I just did a video on wages. So let me break this down as a businessman, as an employer. Let me talk to you bluntly about this. You're thinking about skill sets wrong, okay? So let's take, for example, what you would consider the low skill profession of burger flipper, okay? Even though I think there's plenty of chefs, and Gordon Ramsay being one of them, that would disagree with you that it's a low skill job, because it's really not. But let's set that argument aside for just a second here, and let's use the extreme opposite of, say, a surgeon. Let's say that there was an actual surgeon that was doing an operation, something like an appendectomy, something pretty, mundane, on an otherwise healthy patient, a simple appendectomy. Competent surgeon should take about what, 15 to 30 minutes to do that whole entire procedure, soup to nuts? Okay, so what if you had a surgeon that was taking 3.5, 4 hours to do that same procedure? Okay, well, would you say he's high skilled? Right? No, you wouldn't actually, and not if it's every single time, because if I'm an administrator of a hospital and I have a surgeon that's tying up my anesthesiologist, a nurse, the room, everything for 3.5 hours to do a goddamn appendectomy, I'm gonna fire the guy, okay? Now, that's considered high skilled, right? No. So now let's go back by contrast and let's look at our so-called low skilled burger flipper, right? Who can do 100 really awesome burgers that look good and they look like what the customer wants, during a lunch rush, and it's no problem for him. Okay, so what you're actually arguing is supposed to be efficiency and profitability. That's what you should be arguing. It is someone profitable? Because you could look. Let's go back to our surgeon, right? Is that profitable to take 3.5 hours to do an appendectomy? No, it's not. That's not profitable. So, is it profitable for a company if I've got a guy who can do a lunch rush and make all the burgers awesome and takes it seriously? Big difference, right? Now you could say, like, well, one's high skill, one's low skill. No, they're not. One's efficient, one's inefficient. One's profitable, the other's not profitable. Do you understand the difference there? Okay, so from a business perspective, because I'm giving you, like my decades of business experience, from a business experience, okay, or business perspective, what you're seeing is profitability, and that's what you're after: efficiency and profitability. Those are the two things that you want the most, okay, regardless of whether or not what the skill set is. So it's not the right argument to make to say that one set of skills is higher, set of skills is lower. What about professional basketball, right? Professional basketball players make how many more times money than a surgeon? Like, dozen times more money than a surgeon, maybe hundreds of times more money. Is that high skill or low skill? No, it's just that one has a lot of people that are willing to pay a lot of money to show up and watch them play basketball, and the other one's a surgeon. Okay, I'm not picking on anybody, and I'm not picking on any trade. But when you're making this argument about high skill, low skill, no, you need to talk about profitability, and you also need to talk about the necessity, right? Because if you've flooded the market, and at the risk of sounding redundant, but I've talked about this. When you flood the market with a whole bunch of guys who have who want to do a certain trade, that comes down in price, right? No matter how efficient they are. You could be super duper efficient, but if there's 7 million guys trying to do the exact same job, it doesn't make any difference how efficient you are. You're competing with 7 million guys in the marketplace, okay? So just understand that when I see the argument back and forth between high skill and low skill, it's really not a very good argument to make. What you should be talking about is efficiency and profitability, okay?